on this Monday afternoon. Now, we love to feature businesses here in the county, and I just love when you look at a Suffolk map, you will find a business set right in the heart of the Suffolk countryside, and they could be exporting their goods around the world. We've spoken to many a business in the past, and when I heard about this, they're called n2s, that's Network to Supplies. They're a Suffolk company. They deal with old IT and telecom equipment, recycling the metals found in them as well. And in some ways, that's nothing too surprising for these modern days. But what made me sit up and listen is that I gather they use bacteria to take some of those metals from circuit boards. Joining us now is Rob. Rob is with us from the company, Rob Bolton. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Leslie.
Operations Director. So first of all, n2s, tell me a bit about the company, how long you've been going?
We're actually in our 20th year of trading this year, so it's a big year for us, so it's good to get some positive publicity.
So you've been around a while then. So, and were you there at the start?
No, I've been with the company 3 years.
Okay, and did I describe roughly what you do?
Yes, you pretty much nailed that one there, yes. Okay,
and so the bacteria side of things, this is a new side of it. Before, would you have just done physical taking apart of stuff?
It is, yeah. So the company itself, what we do is we collect redundant IT and telecoms equipment from around the country, bring it back to Bury St Edmunds, and then process it from here. Traditionally, we'd have used various methods for doing that, and probably about 4 years ago, we embarked on a project with Coventry University to look at other ways, more environmentally friendly ways of actually processing the materials. And between us, we've come up with this ingenious methodology of using bacteria to actually, what we do is digest the metals and then extract them from the solution once they've been digested.
It's fascinating. So is it in a tank that's just sort of got sort of a liquid in it, a murky liquid, and it all sort of falls apart?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so the bacteria themselves are naturally occurring. We extract them from mines within the UK, bring them back to Bury St Edmunds, and then form. It's like a recipe, really. As if you were baking a cake, you put different bacteria together that will do the job, and let them do their thing. And then 14 days later, they've put the precious metals, all of the metals, rare earth metals, all into solution, and then we use different methodologies to extract those.
And you mentioned that they're precious metals, and they must be quite precious for us to go through the effort of doing all of this.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, it's a twofold. It's a win-win situation, really. Obviously, there's value in them, and the extracting them is becoming more and more of an environmental concern across globally. So because we're extracting them and taking them back out of what we call the urban mine, so the equipment that's already there in existence, it means that we don't have to mine ore anymore. So we're not having to go through that process, and just putting everything back into circulation.
Some of the information that I've been trying to look at your website and so on. So for a circuit board, I think we all know roughly what a circuit board sort of looks like. It's a shiny metal and here, there and everywhere, but it could be up to 40 metals.
Yes, yeah, we have quite a clever machine here called an ICP, and what that does, that enables us to analyse anything that we put into it, and then we can print from that the periodic table and look at what elements are within that. And as you say, most of the boards contain the majority of the metals that you'll find on the periodic table.
Can you get the metals back into a solid form in the end?
Yes, yeah, there's different ways of doing it without getting too sciencey.
I won't say.
We use electroplating or ion exchange to do that, depending on what the metals are.
So, is this something that you've just discovered working with Coventry University, or is it now up and running? Is it at a commercial level that you can do this now?
Yes, what we're doing at the moment, we're moving out of laboratory scale. We've got it up and running in our laboratories here in Bury St Edmunds, and we're just taking on a new premises to actually upscale and start processing on an industrial level.
It's phenomenal. It's amazing. So are you the only place that can do it at the minute?
That we know of, yes. Yeah. So we're going through patenting processes for for the equipment that we've got, because it's not just a case of going and buying the equipment off the shelf. It all has to be designed, because it's all bespoke and currently doesn't exist. So yeah, it's a good piece of work for us.
So you've had to sign a secret form. We don't know want to know what the recipe is. It's fantastic. So how many years did you say you've been working on this with Coventry?
About 3 years now. Yeah, we're into our 4th year.
Yeah, and the rest of your business, is it more, what we'd expect for recycling, taking things apart and just separating them out into their component bits? Yeah, we currently employ in the region of 100 people here in Bury doing that very thing. So we have guys that go out across the country and collect the goods, bring them back here, and as you say, breaking them down into its component parts, and we'll sell the copper will get refined at one place, the steel will go to another, and it's just about breaking it down to its elements and doing that. So we're working with lots of local establishments such as West Suffolk College, University of Suffolk, and sort of bringing those people on board as well, so we get the right talents within the business to help us do that. And the work you do is going to become more and more important, isn't it? I mean, the resources of the world are not infinite, are they?
No, that's right, yeah. And the ideal solution for us is, we call it circularity. What we're looking to do is to try and sell these metals back to the people that produce the goods, and then just keep the technology progressing and moving it around without any mining occurring.
Brilliant! It sounds so clever. Who came up with the idea of bacteria, or was it a night in the pub when people all talked about it?
The actual it started off with there was a mine in Chile where they were looking at this red liquid that was coming out of the mine, and they wondered what it was and did some analysis on it and found it was actually bacteria within the water that had been digesting the copper that was coming out of the mine, and that's when we just sort of took that idea and moved on from there.
Well done, 10 out of 10 for it. It's like Star Trek, isn't it? It's just, you can't believe it. It's just phenomenal. I think it's brilliant. I really do. I just find it fascinating what's going on here in Suffolk, and there you are leading the world. So well done, and thank you for taking the time to tell me all about it, Rob.
No, thanks for the opportunity.
Really interesting, fantastic. So have a look. It's just brilliant. I love this. Don't you think it's a really clever idea?
Yeah, it's really fascinating, and it was just a bit of a treat on Friday afternoon when I was chatting to Rob, just finding all about it, and yeah, who knew it was happening in the county?
See, you don't need to go anywhere. So if you're into chemistry or whatever it is, maybe you can go and work for them. It's n2s, Network 2 Supplies, based in Bury St Edmunds, and who would have thought it, using bacteria to find those metals, digesting it all, and then being able to separate those metals out.